Welcome to Warren 2009 Fantasy Football, the show.
Hello. Hey there, Josh. How we doing,
Oh,
man?
oh, dude, we're doing great. I think you and I are doing exceptionally great.
Oh,
As we could see, there have been a couple of victories, more than one victory. Oh,
yes.
hello, hello, hello. And a good hello from Mr. Tyler Lockett. My God.
Yes, that flag looks amazing in the background, I might add.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It's like
Yeah,
it was meant to be right there.
just right there. It was perfect. It just I had the flag and I put it right there and I was like, oh, it's perfect. It took 2 seconds to hang it up. It was meant to be. Meant to be.
You already had you already had the nails in the wall.
What can I say? Oh, Lou, what a great week 7. Not just for us, but for a lot of other teams. Now we have a really tight race. If you're not 6-1 or 2-5, you're biting your nails when it comes to am I going to make the playoffs or not. We got a few 4-3s and a few 3-4s, and it's excellent. I'm having a great time with this, except for if I fall into the into the Sacco tournament there, that might be a different outcome emotionally. But as it is right
It is
now,
an emotional journey.
it is quite the emotional journey. But this is why we play fantasy football, because it's a lot of fun. And it's a nice
Through and
little,
through. We are in the throes of the season.
yeah,
And
we're so much closer. We're this close to guaranteed money with our agreement getting past week 9. Here we are at week 8. But before we step into week
was it
8,
9?
yeah, week 9. We want to finish
I
week
thought it
9
was
because
11.
maybe it was week 13.
I don't know. I thought it was 11.
But either way, before we start going forward, let's go back. Check out what happened in week 7. Mr. Lockett, I mean
Whoa.
Louie,
Alrighty.
would you like to kick it off?
Thank you, Josh. We sure will.
Hey.
All right. So I took down Kickenbuckers 152, 124. White Girls coming in with the accidental touchdown 118 to 85 for more bench points. That they did.
Yeah.
Receivers only 120 over upright soon 79. Sorry,
Huh?
guys. Gaskin for a friend putting up the top points this week 169 over McDublin. Drake 144. They put up 144 points and lost.
Yeah.
And then Josh, Hunter B. Hunted, taking
Mm.
down Where Art the Julio in a sweet, sweet bet game, 129 to 93.
Oh man, what a sweet, sweet bet game it was.
Yeah,
We'll go ahead and give a quick pickups recap. Louis, we each got 3 games right last week. We differed on 2 of them, and we each got one of those games right. So we're staying 5 games apart. I'm up to 22 out of 35. You're 17 out of 35. So we'll see how this one goes this week. Uh, there's still plenty of time to catch up here. That being said, gentlemen, it is just about that time. We're back for another quarter pounder. We're definitely halfway through to the playoffs. So let's go ahead and just jump right into it. Well, I looked ahead at some of these games. You looked ahead at some of these games. We're just giving our rest of season standings here. Did you want to go first, or do you want to go first? Me will go first.
I'll give mine. I'll give mine first.
Sure.
It is not my pleasure, not my honor, but it is my duty to give first. So put on your big boy pants, everybody. All right. With no surprise, this season. We have the newly named More Bench Points,
Appropriate name, I
finishing
think. Yeah.
finishing in the top spot. I gave them a final record of 11-2. In second place for me, I have Mick. No. I actually have you. Yeah, that's right. Hunt or be Hunter. I got you somehow picking up 5 wins rest of season, so you finished 9-4. In the third spot, I have Gaskin for a friend, finishing with a 7-6 record.
All right.
And then I'll give you my top 6.
Okay.
In fourth, I I gave it to myself, also finishing 7-6.
That's fair.
Fifth, I have Kickin' Buckers with a losing record of 6-7, making it.
Okay.
And then the last spot, receivers only, finishing 6-7.
That's all right. All right. So then, wait, does that mean that you have McDouble and a Drake dropping to the Sacco tournament?
Not necessarily to the, but yes, to the Sacco tournament. Yes. Not
That's
to
a goal.
the ship, but as a tournament insurer.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah. It wasn't by design either. It was more when I looked back at my tallies.
Yeah.
I must have just overlooked his name.
I mean, that's fair. I
didn't want to redo it. So.
We did talk about the trades last week, talking about because he made a few moves right before the video, just a couple of days before the video, a few moves, and those moves helped him get 144 points. Don't know.
There was no logic put into this at all.
I gotta say, as of right now, I honestly think the moves look really good. I got a message from the owner of McDouble and a Drake saying, "Man, why were you guys bashing my team the whole time?" We were not. We were talking about it logically, and we said we had no idea what these moves were going to do. There's a couple of rookies that were involved in the trade, a couple of sophomore players involved in the trade. So it was unknown what they will do.
Also, the first week of the trade, rest of the season we could be right about it.
Could be. So are they going to put up 144 each week? I don't think so.
I don't think any team can.
And we're fluctuating like crazy in this league, so I don't think so.
Mhm.
But it could be beneficial. I have the standings a little bit different here, so I'll go ahead and give my rest of season standings for the quarter pounder. Like you, I'll just give the top 6 because that's what we're all kind of worried about here. Who's going to avoid the Sacco tournament? Rest of season standings, number 1. I also have more bench points. They got out to a really hot start, and they will stay hot. I also have them only losing one more game as of right now, 11-2. They just got a strong. As long as their running backs can stay healthy, they got a strong squad. Number 2, I actually have Gaskin for a friend climbing their way to 8-5. They're doing great this season. Again, health is a concern, but they also have a lot of handcuffs, so nice job. Number 3, I have McDouble and a Drake. This is where we differ already. McDouble and a Drake.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
So McDouble and a Drake, I have you as the top 7-6 team. You're going to make it to number 3 spot. Number 4, I have myself. This is where I differ a little bit from my last quarter pounder predictions. I had myself in the Sacco tournament. I have surprised myself so far, and I'm happy. I have myself at 7-6. Thank you. Number 5, with the highest points at the record of 7-6. I have you with the losing record, but the highest points of 6-7. Lamb of God, number 5 spot. Your team keep going. As long as Russ keeps cooking, it's possible. And and just barely making the cut. Like last year, kicking Buckers, he's probably gonna do it.
Yeah.
Making that number.
There's just that like, 4-time champ love that the fantasy gods just kind of like, we'll give you a free pass in, buddy.
Yeah. And that's what seems to be happening. Hey, we don't like it either, okay? Four-time champion, but from what we're looking at, rest of season, kicking buckers, you have the chance, you have the opportunity, and you will outdo receiversonly.com, who will also have a 6-7 record, but I think kicking buckers will beat them out in points. So that means we'll have a couple of Scots in the Sacco tournament, according to our standings right now.
Yeah.
So, well, we'll see how that goes. But as of right now,
I guess just to recap my bottom four, it would be Upright Soon, McDublin and a Drake, Where Art Thou, Julio, and White Girls.
yeah, I have White Girls, Where Art Thou, Julio, Upright Soon as well, and receiversonly.com. So it'll be very interesting to see how the rest of the season plays out. We've been surprised before. We'll be surprised again. So this may not stand entirely, but that's okay.
None of it will.
Probably not. Probably not. That's okay. Moving on then. We'll go jump right out to the outside top 20. Outside top 20. We've been through this segment many a times. Louis, quarterback. Who you got, my friend?
Quarterback, I am going to go. I'm going to go with Kirk Cousins on this one.
Okay.
They're at Lambeau. Rodgers had one heck of a game week 1 against him. Kirk Cousins, though, also put up 25 points in that first meeting. I think with the use of Justin Jefferson, if I'm not mistaken, I just see this. I just see him knowing more weapons. Dalvin Cook will be back. So I just see in this being in his favor as well. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. So.
Yeah, I think it might be a high-scoring game. It's a good pick. I mean, Kirk Cousins himself is just unpredictable, but if he has favorite targets, he could make a lot of things happen. So
yeah, if there's a week to stream him,
that's probably it. Yeah.
Do it up.
I've got Joe Burrow versus Tennessee. He's not afraid to throw the ball 400 yards. Last game, he's fighting A.J. Green again, which is what you need to do if you want to succeed. He definitely will throw interceptions and get sacked, but he overcomes those problems. Sure. So I'll go with Joe Burrow for sure. Let's go running back. Who you got this week?
I liked, if he stays in your lineup, I like him. I put down Leonard Fournette. Going up against the Giants. If Tom Brady is Tom Brady, I think that the running backs by default are just going to get a lot of work. I think Fournette last week showed his work with the passing game. I think he got some production from there, so I just see that continuing for him. So I like him as an outside the 20 streamer. I think you got him in your flex. I think that's a good spot.
Sweet. Appreciate that. I'm gonna go. It might be somewhat of a dart throw, but I think they're gonna need some help here. So, and I don't know what happened to James White or what's going on with him. So I'm gonna shift gears and go with Rex Burkhead versus Buffalo. Buffalo's a pretty beatable defense as of right now. And Rex Burkhead is a wild card, absolute wild card. And I think last week he put up 6 points, which is not what you're looking for. But I think if they're in a bind, he's been used before. So I'm going to go ahead and use him as my outside top 20. How about a wide receiver for you, bud?
Wide receiver, I went with DJ Moore. I was surprised when he was projected out there. I think he's heating up right now, and he's got a really good spot. I think they're playing Atlanta, so
against Atlanta,
I just like him.
He was one of the names I wrote down,
which is tough to say because I think I'm playing against him this week. But
he's just such a good slot wide receiver, at least right now, because Robbie Anderson's definitely getting those deep balls. I have him on the squad for sure, but Moore seems to be picking up the pace here, and that's a good spot for him against Atlanta. I don't know how he's still out here. So we'll just keep going with the shout-outs to Tyler Boyd. Maybe it's AJ Green. Maybe it's AJ Green bringing down the value of Tyler Boyd week in and week out. But he's outside the top 20. He's clearly the number one. And they're playing Tennessee. I have 2 Cincinnati players as my outside top 20. I think this is going to be a great game for them.
Yeah.
So we'll fire them up with confidence on.
Sure.
So we do. So outside the top 20, there we go, gentlemen. So now we'll go ahead. We're bringing back the buy-sell segment with a new guest host. We're really liking this. Wish we could have done it last week, but we wanted to do transaction talks instead. So we're gonna go ahead.
He's a gentleman. He always says the right thing.
So this week we're gonna go ahead and bring back the buy-sell. Always, as always, we're giving creative control to the guest host. We got Eric Lev joining us from the laboratory.
Well done. Well played. Nice.
What's going on?
Good job. Good.
How are you doing, gentlemen?
We're doing great. How you doing?
I'm good. You want to bring me up to speed? What have we talked about so far here today?
Well, we've got this week is the quarter pounder, so we went ahead and gave our takes on what
we labeled you guys.
You put me in the quarter pounder?
We labeled you guys as winners or losers.
Okay. I think
we may have labeled you as one of those. Yeah. Otherwise, so far.
Hey, I gave you 4 more wins rest of season. Okay, so
I do not
think about that.
Wins.
Think about. They're yours. I'm not taking them back. They're on the table. They'll stay here all night if nobody takes them.
I was not so generous. I'm sorry.
I should have known. Well, should we keep playing grab ass or should we get down to brass tacks here, gentlemen?
Grab ass is a lot of fun, but it's a pandemic, so let's get brass tacks here.
That's a good point here.
Well, what do you got for buy-sell for us this week, my friend?
Ooh, I'm going to show you.
Oh, boy.
The memorial segment.
Yes.
All right, guys. So here's what we're talking about today. This is buy or sell. I'm not fit to make these judgments on fantasy football, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about trading. We're going to talk about ripping the dip.
Tell us more.
And, of course, this begins with the Odell Beckham Jr. memorial segment here today. We lost another one this week. You'll see that, I'm sporting the colors here as a tribute. And really, I think this is just a great segue to bring us into our first topic. That is the jersey curse. We've seen a couple of these jerseys be purchased for players in the past. We've got one Jeremy Hill here. We've got one Le'Veon Bell.
I love that you remember the Jeremy Hill.
Yeah. Some will say that after the jerseys were purchased, the players were never the same. So jersey curse, that's a buy. That's a stonk way up on that one.
Yes.
All right. And now we're going to get a little bit of the host participation here with some game time. How about that?
Time it is.
All right.
And then.
All right. I'm going to ask you guys, what do all of these players have in common?
They're hurting their ankles.
Weak ankles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty close here. The problem is they all have legs. And I'm selling on legs. Stonks are way down on legs right now.
Eric, are all legs bad?
Dumb question. Of course they're not. Legs have many important.
Did it say to ask him?
Including walking, jogging, running, light jogging, and power walking. To name a few, I've done at least 3 or 4 of those. And I'm pretty sure I've seen you both doing at least 2 also.
Can confirm. I'm confused.
All right, Josh, but I'm going to help you out with that.
Oh, thank you.
So it's not the problem that all legs are bad because, as I said, they can be functional for some. The problem is within those legs, there are joints. And you'll see on my screen here, I've got some medical diagrams. Towards the left, you're going to see some knees. That's that big lump in the middle of your leg. We're seeing a lot of those failing this year, and I would be concerned about having any players with those. On the right, you're going to see an ankle. Now, a lot of people call the ankle the low knee. I think that might be the medical term. we saw one of those explode on the field this year. So you're going to also want to be cautious about anything that has to do with that. Before I move on, are there any questions at all?
I may or may not have any more.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
I don't know yet.
It's a very good point. Okay, so what I'm actually buying are the buyers. Stonks are pointing up on those. Since the exploding knees and ankles that have befallen many of our great field heroes this year, there is a shortage of commodities, and that has created a panic in the league. This has led to a buyer's market, in my perception. And what you're seeing is some would-be poachers and illicit businessmen who are selling their black market wares, and they're really hawking them at a high rate and to many different parties. They're spreading a lot of ill will through the league, if you will. Now, I personally am selling.
Okay. What are you selling?
Josh, please stop interrupting me. The first thing I'm selling is the rights to my team name. I have shown that I'm not fit to make decisions when it comes to fantasy football. So each week when I lose a game, I will rename my team name whatever the victor wants it to be until I then win a game or more likely lose to the next team the next week. Is there any questions about any of this?
Seems pretty straightforward. Oh, question. What if you win? Then what happens?
Then I get to change the name back.
Ah, beautiful. Okay.
Then I reclaim my rights.
What would the team name be changed back to? Is it going to be Upright soon?
No, because I don't think I'm going to be upright soon.
Okay.
That's fair.
It's down left,
Okay.
far.
Left far.
Lou, why don't you keep that to yourself until you win against me? Then you can throw it out.
Spoilers.
And then secondly, if it comes to it, my body parts. My players are lacking many of the crucial ones to function as humans. And honestly, I'm willing to donate whatever I can. And the reason for that is to keep me out of the cage. I don't want to be the bad monkey next year.
Bad monkey.
And really, isn't that the key motivator to all of this, gentlemen?
It is. It really is. We don't
It's
want to
not the thrill of victory, but the fear of defeat that motivates us in a fantasy football league.
Yes, we pay money to not voluntarily sit in a cage.
And that's what makes us all great Americans, guys.
That's right.
Absolutely. Oh, that was pretty good stonk there, my friend. Very good stonk.
I hope we all learned a little bit today.
I did. Yeah. I now know what they trade in the Dr. Seuss world. I get it now.
Yeah, I now know about lower leg knees. Those are great.
I'll
Very
run back
lower
through
leg
it.
knee.
I'll run back through it again, Josh, if you need me to.
I'll review the tape. I'll make sure I'm all set for Sunday just for that.
Okay. That's all I ask.
Oh man, that was great. Thanks for running us through that, my friend.
Happy to
That
be
was
here.
amazing. That was exquisite. I think I was smiling or laughing the whole time. So
That's about right.
that's great.
That's all I ask. That's all I ask, guys.
We greatly appreciate it, man.
At ease.
As you were.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
As you were.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Man, I feel like I just got hit with a funny stick.
Oh, man. Have we been letting down the whole league this entire season with our videos? Because now I feel like it. Geez. So now we know about knees, legs. Not all legs are bad. Thank you, Eric. I greatly appreciate it. Well, I guess.
But if you have them, you're more at risk of having those injuries. So
Yeah, exactly.
that's the important thing to remember here is having legs gives you more opportunities to be injured.
As a health insurance company would say, it's a pre-existing condition. Terrible. My goodness. Stop having legs, people. With that being said, we will now go ahead and turn it over to our field agent, good old Scott Dale with Dale's Dirty Picks. Thank you very much.
Dirty dub.
Back again to give you Dale's Dirty Bets. Last week was the first week that if you listened to my advice, you have lost money. So apologize for that, but hopefully we can get back on track this week. Give you some good insights to help you make some money while watching football. Start off tonight with the Atlanta at Carolina. Carolina is minus 2.5, which I like a lot. Usually in the NFL pre-COVID, -3 was the home field advantage, and it still has held pretty true to that this year. So basically, Vegas is saying this is a pick'em game. I'm taking the Panthers minus 2.5. We just have seen that Atlanta can't really win. They've blown 4 games this year where they had a 95% chance of winning or more. So I think Carolina takes this. Teddy Bridgewater and Moore are playing pretty good together. Moving into Sunday, we got 3 pretty good games with some interesting lines. We'll start Colts at the Lions. Colts are only given 2.5 points. I just think they're a little too good, and the Lions just didn't live up to expectations this year. I think the Colts can win by more than a field goal. Taking the Colts minus 2.5. I expect that one to move probably closer to 3.5. So if you're going to get it, get in on that game sooner rather than later. Then we got Drew Brees and the Saints coming to Chicago this weekend. Saints are only favored by 4 points. I know the Bears have a great defense. Saints have a good offense. I just can't see the Bears keeping up point-wise with the Saints. I think it's low scoring. I think the under might be something to look at. But I got to take the Saints minus 4. It's just a lot of points. Or not a lot of points for that high-powered of an offense. Last game of the week on that Sunday that really pops to me is the best game on the schedule this week. It's the Steelers at the Ravens. Steelers are actually underdogs in this game, even though they're 6-0. These two teams, obviously being division rivals, play each other well. I like the Steelers on the money line at plus 170. I think they win, and with those odds, it's worth taking a gamble on. Sunday night, Cowboys at Eagles. I've looked everywhere. I can't find a line on this game. I think Vegas is holding off to see if the Red Rifle is going to play or not. Either way, I think the Eagles are going to be the play, pending what the final spread is. Going to be another shitty NFC East game in prime time. But it's what we're stuck with. I like the Eagles if it's -3, -4, or less. If not, probably look at over/under or in-game prop bets of who's leading at halftime or individual player prop bets. Last game of the week is Monday night. We got the Bucks going up to New York to play the Giants. The spread's too big for my liking. It's the Bucks at minus 10.5. That's a lot of points in the NFL. I'm looking at a prop bet. It's going to probably pay out about 2-1, but I'm taking the Bucks at the half to be leading at the half and the Bucks to win the game. I made the same bet in the Super Bowl, for those of you that remember, at Chet's house, where I took the Niners at the half and the Chiefs to win, and Kittle had that bullshit pass interference called on him to go in the half to prevent me from winning that and $250. So those are always a good prop bet to look at, those who will lead at the half, who will lead the final. I think this is a great one to take the Bucks at both because that spread is bad. The over-under's like 47. So just tough to find anything there. Or if you're feeling really, really gutsy and want some really good odds, the Giants money line is plus 400. could be a good play. Bucks could get caught sleeping coming off a shorter week. But I'm playing that prop bet. Bucks lead at half. Bucks win. With that, that's the Vegas picks for this week. Good luck. Gamble responsibly.
Thank you, Dale. Thank you.
Perfect.
All right. We are going to make tons of money this week. I mean, my value right now, I'm more interested in flags. But that's okay. I really can't put
How many
flags down.
flags does this make for you, Josh?
Right now, only one. Elijah and I had a discussion. We might continue this and create a fantasy football game of capture the flag every time we play each other. Yes, capture the flag.
Yes.
Yes, very good.
Yes.
Very good.
Very good on you.
Well, with that, let's keep it rolling. We got the 1v1s coming up here. All right, so Louis, who do you want to choose right here for game one? I will go ahead and go first because we are switching roles this week, and I absolutely love this. But give me a game that you want to talk about first.
Let's talk about my game. Let's get that out of the way.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and bring up a couple of concerns for your game, more so just players that we might need to talk about for more bench points. Yeah, we already know the obvious here. They got to decide which points they want to keep on the bench. But more so, we're going to talk about Dalvin Cook. He's coming back from the bye week. We got to make sure that everything is good and healthy with his leg, his lower knee. Make sure it's all set and fine.
Yes.
That could be a problem. Will he suffer setbacks? We don't know. So, I mean, that's something to be concerned about on that. On your end of the ball here, Lamb of God, with a third-string quarterback possibly starting here, CeeDee Lamb, somebody I thought that was, and I stand by it if Dak was still in there, every week starter. We might have some issues, and we might have a problem for your second wide receiver slot there. I hope that's not the case rest of the season. I think he's great talent. He's a great rookie wide receiver. Just a little bit of concern there this week for sure. But all right, Lou, give us some good old-fashioned rhymes. Right.
All right. I didn't proofread these, so I hope they work. Would you pick the tortoise or the hare? Neither. Get me Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Hey, all right.
I think he's got a good matchup this week.
Yeah.
They're at the Giants. There's some revenge narrative for Lev Bell. The Giants cannot stop the run. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Mr. Rogers.
Oh, yes, of course.
He is going to go off this week. He showed that he could do it week one. Devontae Adams is back and healthy. And, he's just the dude. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
This was up there for a potential game of the week.
Yes.
It's a scary matchup. It's always intimidating going up against the top dog, but if my team can do some sort of something like they did last week, I will be so happy with that.
I mean, you got a lot of stock I saw. I mean, you even picked up the backup running back. You got a lot of stock in Seattle for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's working, though. It's working.
Yeah.
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 I like it. I like it a lot. This is definitely, like you said, it was a contender for game of the week. So we'll go ahead and give our picks here on this one. Do you want me to go first so you can differ on some of these?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll do that all week, this entire week here, the week 8, just so we'll try to get you some advantages here. I think, given some of these matchups here, it looks to be in favor of one team. However, Russ continues to cook, and I'm going to give you the win here.
I think in my quarter pounder, this was one of the games that I can't remember now. I thought I was going to say I gave myself the loss, but I can't remember. But I, however, will go more bench points.
Yeah. It's going to be a tough one. And if your team can continue cooking, I think they might. Russ has been pretty average against San Francisco the past couple of years. I know I had him last year, and both times it was tough. But he looks to be like he's making the call. So I think you have a good here. Sounds good. We'll go ahead and move on then. I'll kick it off with the next game. We'll go with Kickin' Buttkers versus Where Art Thou Julio. We got a couple of concerns in this one here. One of the ones that you had brought up during your outside top 20 is that Leonard Fournette he seems to be back and involved a lot. So who knows what will happen with Ronald Jones? Obviously, he seems to be the first and second down back.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how that's going to play throughout the game. They're playing the Giants. Maybe they'll be up by so much that Leonard Fournette will just end up running the ball halfway through the game. Who knows? But for Kickin' Buckers, as we were talking about, Dallas is having some trouble. Zeke only had 13 touches last week. He only had 51 yards. Definitely some reason for concern. Even against Philadelphia, whose defense seems to be, you could score on them. But it seems like the entire Cowboys team is very upset with the
Huge
coaches.
downgrade. Huge downgrade.
So it's definitely a reason for concern. Both running backs that we just talked about could be in for a bad week, but they could also have great weeks. We'll see what happens there. But Louis, what about you?
All right. Here we go. With 5 TDs last week, I expect a Brady bunch this week. It looks like he's turned a new leaf. He looks in charge of the offense now. He's throwing to Gronk again. And then murmurs of Antonio Brown making a quick entry. I mean, he's got the weapons again. So I think they can make a huge push if Tom Brady continues.
I agree.
With Joe Mixon expected to miss some, Gio Bernard will run hard. I think I saw him still in the lineup. Even if Joe Mixon starts, I mean, he's got both options to go. But Gio just looked great in the last game. A lot of opportunities for him. Who do you got winning?
I had to go look back at my tallies here to make sure because I actually have them listed off by week. And I got Kickin' Buckers edging this one out here. They just got a lot of boom potential everywhere, I think, except for their running backs, but that's all you need is super boom potential. So I got Kickin' Buckers taking this one.
All right. Gosh, I'm going to have to agree.
Yeah. You going to agree on that one?
Yeah, that's an agreement.
That's an agreement. We got Kickin' Buckers. We both voted against you last week, and we were right. Now we're both voting for you this week. Let's hope we got the same outcome for you there, boss. Otherwise, we'll move on.
Let's go upright soon.
Upright soon, and McDouble and a Drake. You got it, man. Listen, I don't know if Antonio Brown is taking the field this week. It sounds like they're going to try to push it with Chris Godwin surprisingly breaking his finger and not telling me until Tuesday morning. Thanks, man. But Antonio Brown, if he's there, is he going to take away looks from Gronkowski? At that point, Tom Brady's just going to have everybody there looking for targets. Like you said, even Leonard Fournette might be getting some out of the backfield. So it might be reason for concern. I haven't really read up too much on the Antonio Brown situation for Week 8. I'm not sure if he's in or out, but if he's in, it's just a reason for concern. Otherwise, upright soon. He talked about it briefly. A lot of his players having a lot of issues with their body parts. There's a lot of Q tags, a lot of questionable players that could have some setbacks. And one of those I'm going to highlight is Miles Sanders. They were saying he's going to be out a couple weeks. Now they're trying to rush him back. I don't know why. Boston Scott did just fine. And the other issue here is he did not pick up Boston Scott. So if Miles has to take a seat, the best they got coming up next is J.K. Dobbins, which, I mean, seems to be okay. Mark Ingram is also having issues, but we'll see how they fare from that. So, what about you, boss?
All right, so for McDouble and a Drake,
Mhm.
who is the key player for this week's game? It's the guy with key in his name, Keenan Allen.
All right.
It was a stretch. These were all stretches.
I like
Some of them aren't even rhymes. It's like a little limerick about what I'm saying. Justin Herbert is throwing him the ball, and he's going to continue to get thrown the ball because he's a game player guy.
Game player guy, absolutely.
All right, so for upright soon, hasn't received for over 100 yards in any week, calling it now the boom for Tyreek.
Hey.
Tyreek Hill surprised me, hasn't received for over 100 yards any week. But he gets the receptions and he gets the touchdowns. But I think he does it this week against the Jets. They're going to I don't even know that the Jets will score.
Yeah. I don't know either. It's definitely reason for concern for any Jets fan out there. Maybe they are tanking for some reason, but with this one, it's a little tough. There are questionable tags all over the place, but if the questionable tags work out, it could be a good game. However, I have McDouble.
Yeah, we're in agreement with this one. Yep.
Yeah, Double and a Drake taking the W on this one here. All right. So
sorry, buddy. Great presentation. So sorry.
Don't worry. You'll be upright soon. As of right now, though, you're going to be down left.
You're going to be down left.
In a while.
Down left, upright. A-B, start select.
Like cheat codes. Yes. All right, last one before the game of the week. We've got receiversonly.com versus White Girls.
White Girls.
White Girls with the surprising victory last week. They took down the number 1 seed, gave Scottdale his first loss of the season. Well played. It was, bench points for sure. But listen, man, White Girls, you got another tough matchup ahead of you. It seems like a couple of these matchups could go in favor of receiversonly.com. But let's talk about some of these here. Chase Claypool. We are not sure if Deontay Johnson is in there yet. So who knows who the ball is going to be going to. It seems like when Johnson's in, he's a pretty big candidate for targets and takes away from Claypool. Yes, he had the one big game, and we don't know if he's going to continue down the stretch or not. So it's a little bit of concern there. Going to White Girls, Todd Gurley and his total yardage. I'm going to go with his total yardage as a concern. He's only topped 82 yards once this season in 7 games. He just gets the touchdowns. He's a very touchdown dependent.
Even accidentally.
That
was so funny. He's like, oh no! It was so close too.
Yeah, fantasy owners were just like, huzzah! Yeah,
who cares?
Yeah, I don't care. Atlanta fans, though, they just had to sit there and watch another crushing defeat from that. So, I just think it's a little bit of concern. His total yardage, yes, he's involved. He did have one game over 120 yards, but he's very touchdown dependent. So,
yep.
What do you got for me, man?
At a position with few ballers, this guy stands out, Darren Waller.
Yep.
Consistent, cool, 10, 12, 15 points a game. Dude's an animal.
I give that rhyme solid, given the condition of the rhyme too, like 10 out of 10.
They're at Cleveland, and this game will actually be pretty interesting, but the Cleveland's only 13th against the tight end, so low middle of the pack.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like his chances this week. This is the week of no nuke. Can we see the rise of Brandon Ayuk?
Wow, that was even better than the. Wow, you went to 12 out of 10 on that one. That's tough to rhyme nuke and Ayuk.
I know, and I found it because I was like scrolling. I was like, how am I gonna rhyme with anything with that? And I was like, well,
Wow,
nuke.
that was
I was like,
solid.
well, there's nuke. Maybe he could drop a nuke. And then I scrolled down. I was like, huh,
Yep.
DeAndre Hopkins is on this guy's team.
Yep.
Perfect.
Perfect. That was
Um,
good.
they're at Seattle. Seattle is the worst against the receiver position. Um, this is gonna be any Seattle game. I just find so fascinating this year.
Yeah, it's very fascinating. Wonder why.
I wonder why. I wonder why. But I think this one will be pretty exciting to watch as well.
I think so. I'm really upset because I held on to Debo for so long, and then he goes and gets injured again. But Ayuk stands in, and he's a great candidate for targets. I mean, he fills in the role really nicely. So,
Mhm.
I guess with this week, this one, I mean, Yahoo has this only point 0.5 points separated in their predictions right now. It's
Yeah.
a really close matchup. I don't know if some of these points are actually going to come to fruition, but I think White Girls is going to stay hot and get their 4th win in a row.
Ooh, I have it the other way. I was going receivers only.
Oh, okay. There we go. Am I right about this? Is that going to be 4 wins in a row? Let me just double check this really quick
It
because I
could be.
don't. No, 3rd win. 3rd win in a row. However, we have not really seen a whole lot of a hot streak aside from Dale up front. So
Yeah.
if you go 3 wins in a row, well played. Well played. You're digging yourself out of that original hole you had. So
Hmm.
that's pretty good. All right. 1v1s in the book. Well, except for one game, of course. I wonder which game.
Wonder. It's the game of the week.
Oh!
Game of the week.
It's the game of the week. We're talking game of the week. We have a song for
Game
the
of the week. Game of the week.
game of the week.
Game of the week.
I feel pretty honored here, man.
Game of the week. That would be funny. That'd be so fun.
Game of the week. I mean,
Game
last year.
of the week.
Game
Oh, it's the game of the week.
Game of the week.
Game of the
Game
week.
of the
Man.
Game of the week.
Game of the week. Yeah, featuring that guy. Yeah. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Doing good.
Going well. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Doing just all right.
Doing just all right.
It's all right, dude. You're in 2nd place. What do you mean you're just all right?
I know. I'm trying to stay even keel, you know? Not get too high, not get too low.
There you go. There you go.
Level-headed.
Level-headed. This was Wait a minute. Who do I have winning this game? Okay, I want to talk about this and not get too cocky right off the bat here.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
Oh,
I think
boy.
this is a great game here,
I'm
man.
pulling it up, too. Got it.
Oh, there you go. This is
Wait. I'm gonna pull it up too.
Okay. Does everybody have it up? I mean,
Not yet. Hold on. What page? What was the page number?
uh,
Oh, I found it. I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
all right. The game of streaming quarterbacks. That's the name of this game.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. That was my
Yes.
first question. I was like, what do you guys, I wanted to ask you both what you felt about the person that you had selected. Now, this is a reunion for Matt. You had Carson Wentz, I believe, for an entire, well, I don't think he played an entire year.
Yes.
It's your go-to for a bit. He was your
He
go-to
was.
for a bit, I remember.
He was, I don't remember if it was, I think it was a couple years
I
ago.
think so.
I remember I had him going into the playoffs, and I think that's when he tore like something in his knee right before the playoffs, and then our friend Big Dick Nick took over, and I think led the Eagles to the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah, I
Not
wanted
mistaken.
to ask, like, are you like, how well do you trust Carson Wentz to not just totally
Well,
blow out a knee for you this week?
based on the $16 fab that I guess I overspent on, but no, I thought, I was willing to spend the $16 I think he's gonna have a really good game. He's going against Dallas.
Uh-huh.
He's been pretty hot lately, and I think he can put up 30 points, maybe even more. I think he put up 30 something last week, actually.
36
Yeah,
points
36.
Yeah.
So he's got some momentum going. So I just really wanted him.
Sure. I
Especially
liked
without
I liked the pick actually. I did.
Yeah.
Now, Josh, what about your pick over here, Derek Carr at Cleveland?
So my approach this week was I looked at everybody and saw who needed a quarterback. And there were three I was looking at. And I figured there were going to be three taken off the board. So I could bid $0 on all the quarterbacks I wanted to get one of them. I didn't know which one, so I woke up and I was like, okay, it's Derek Carr. And it's okay. I'm okay with it. He seems to be doing pretty. I mean, he's no 36-pointer kind of guy, but he's hanging around the 20s, and he'll be a decent streaming option. And I think his game against Cleveland, him and Baker, might actually have somewhat of a shootout. So at least
Not to stir the pot here, but I did recently drop a certain tight end or a certain Tennessee.
Yeah.
yeah,
I was expecting that. Clearly.
The thought did cross my mind. I can't lie.
You guys might both be bidding on another quarterback.
Maybe. You never know.
Not $16 though. I'm not doing that.
No. I bet I had waiver claims in on the same three quarterbacks as you. I did have Derek Carr as my $0 third choice.
Yep.
And then I had Burrow as my second choice.
Yeah. I think
is someone starting Burrow this week?
Yeah, that's going to be Eric.
Yeah, Eric.
Eric's no longer a fan of Cam Newton.
No, how could you be?
It's no good.
He got COVID and then he just went downhill.
Yeah, that's true.
That's our health system at work there.
So don't get COVID or you will suck at football.
Exactly.
Unless you're a Tennessee Titan, then you will all be good.
Yeah, you got. I mean, you should be confident. I think Wentz is a great pickup. Again, I put zero money down on him, but I think he was number one on my waiver claim. He definitely was top choice. He seems to be doing just fine. So well played on that one.
Jalen Reagor might be coming back this week.
Maybe
he was designated for return.
Dallas Goedert was designated for return.
I got him rotten on my IR spot.
If he comes back this week and is eligible to play, I'm curious. Are you going to play him, or is that going to?
Nah, I doubt it. I got Hawk and Noah Fant also on the team, so
rocking them tight ends.
Yeah,
I like it. I think that was the most interesting story about our game is that we're definitely playing the streaming quarterback game.
Yeah.
And we got some potentially hot receivers. Aaron Jones.
You even got Aaron Jones' backup, right? Yep.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm not letting that guy go.
No.
I'm really disappointed because Jones just missed out on a really juicy matchup with Houston, and now Minnesota comes in and he'd probably light him up. But I do have confidence in Jamal. He's getting a majority of the carries, but he's still a bit of a downgrade.
Seems to be doing just fine though. He's holding his own. It does kind of. Being your opponent, I was hoping Jones would come back at like 50%.
Oh God!
And they would do like a timeshare type thing.
Yeah.
But it looks like I just read the update, and it looks like you'll probably only have one of them out there. So
yeah,
it shouldn't
I need that. I don't need that confusion.
Josh, I wanted to ask you a question as well.
Yeah.
Are you buying into the levy? I mean, you currently are not, but would you consider buying into the Le'Veon Bell revenge game against the Jets narrative? That's what I have concern for as the CEH owner.
I think.
But I still think the Jets just suck so much that it's going to be a run show.
I think at some point yesterday, I think I did have Lev Bell just slotted into the flex spot, and then I don't know. I looked at the time split with Fournette and Rojo and the out-touching of Rojo, and I was like, maybe I'll just. So I guess your answer is I I kind of buy into it. I just don't know which one to play, and that's going.
So we could see some tinkering.
Oh, heavy tinkering.
I'm expecting to see Bell in there at 11:45 on Sunday.
it's a high possibility. The only thing that's really kind of giving me, I guess, giving Fournette the advantage here is that he's playing a Monday night game, and I love having somebody on Monday night.
Son of a bitch.
I know, it's always so annoying. I'd rather it all be done on Sunday, and then you just don't have to even think about it again. You know right away if you won or lost.
I guess I have Wentz on Sunday night, but yeah, I don't like waiting on the Monday night game. You know this.
Yep, I know, and I've definitely been on the wrong.
That's the narrative you're playing.
I've been on the wrong side of the Monday night games before as well. I mean, that happened earlier this season. I needed 10 points from 2 players, and I only got 6. But I do like the one having the advantage, and if I could play that advantage against you, it would make me feel a little good there. But I mean, let's be honest here. Revenge game, that just sounds so juicy. This is the whole reason why he signed with somebody playing the Jets.
Ring. He wanted a ring. You got the flag, man.
That is. I also wanted to comment. I know we're playing each other this week, Josh, but that is a smashing blazer you have on right now.
Oh, boy, thank you, sir.
Beautiful.
Smashing. Indubitably, it's
Flag,
smashing.
Oh, it looks great.
Man.
I think the contrast between the color of the blazer and the flag, it's just gorgeous. So I wanted to thank you very much, good sir. I think this is going to be good. You will definitely see some tinkering, and I've along with the confidence of having Derek Carr, I mean enough confidence. I also picked up Nelson Aguilar, so he might be visiting my flex spot during all this tinkering, but I don't know yet. I don't know.
Yeah, this is a legitimate game of the week. I think this is going to be a nice game.
I'm very grateful that I'm not playing you when you have Kyler Murray in there. Because even though Deshaun Watson's a garbage time man, Kyler is
he's the real deal.
He's playing phenomenal football, so that's about the most thankful thing I could be here for.
Yeah. He is playing really well.
Playing real great.
Yeah.
We also gave our takes on Quarter Pounder, so make sure you tune in when this airs.
You guys still disrespecting me?
Well, maybe not.
I don't think either of us disrespected you the way that you think we disrespected you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll tune in. I usually do.
There you go. All right.
Usually.
Thursday morning when I'm doing work, I always put the headphones on, let it play.
Oh, you shan't be disappointed this week. Good stuff.
You shan't be.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it'll be a good game. I think
so.
most of my guys are done by 3:30. I think it looks like. Yeah.
You got you got almost everybody playing at noon. You got your kicker at 3, and then Wentz coming in, bringing up the rear here. Yeah, playing cleanup. I got Robbie Anderson going Thursday night, so that's always a concern for me.
I think this is going to be a legitimate Thursday night matchup. I'm actually looking forward to this one.
It'll be something. It'll be something to look forward to. But in terms of who's going to win, Matt, I always like to give the guests a take. First. Who do you think is going to win?
Okay. Well, I think my team's going on a bit of a hot streak right now. After last week, everybody seemed to be firing on all cylinders. Again, I like the Carson Wentz against Dallas matchup. I'm really hoping for about 30 points from that guy. So, I'm gonna pick myself here. I think it's gonna be pretty close. But I think I'm gonna take the slight edge from you, Josh.
That's fair. I'm
thinking it's gonna be in the 120-30 range for both of us too.
I think you're right about that one. It should be. I don't think we're gonna blow up like your team did last week. That was great.
That was nuts. That was freaking nuts.
And to play the second highest scoring team too.
Yeah, that feels a little better.
Yeah, this is the battle for second or third place, really.
Second highest scoring team.
Oh, that was you, Louie. That was you, yeah.
I was like, we didn't
Oh,
play.
I'm sorry. Oh,
We
I'm
didn't
sorry.
play.
I was
forgot.
about to play live last week. Oh my god.
Woo! Yeah, I
I
apologize profusely.
Loved it.
But I think, I mean, I'm not saying my team's been hot. I've only got a 1-win streak going on here, but they seem to be doing okay.
1-win streak.
They seem to be back
Say
and
it,
forth.
Josh.
You
Just
got a
say
1-win dot.
Gonna win this one is what I'm saying. By not much of a margin, though. This is why we're here at GOTW.
it.
So I'm gonna give myself the victory here. Matt's giving himself the victory. Louis,
I
What do you
want to
got?
give like a conditional victory.
a conditional victory.
I think as it sits right now, I would give Matt the win.
Okay.
But if hold on.
I have to make notes now that says conditional victory.
But if Aaron Jones doesn't play,
Mm.
then I'm giving the win to Josh.
Okay.
Because I think the quarterback wins it, but I think it's so close that the difference between Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams would make a difference.
It could. It could make a difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
But
Well,
that's
that
my
means-
conditions.
There
Those
you go.
are
I
my
mean,
conditions.
I suppose I'll allow that. I'll allow it.
Yeah, I mean,
have
there's
to-
a drop off from Jones to Williams, no doubt about that.
Yeah. I will allow that. Otherwise, Matt, thanks for joining us. This is your first
Yeah.
game of the week this year, isn't it?
Sure is.
An
I
exciting
couldn't
one. to
be more excited.
On paper, he's really excited.
I like that one.
Thank
I
you.
liked it. I liked it.
Well, thanks for joining us, Matt.
Yeah, for sure, guys. Good
Best
to
of
see
luck.
you. Adios.
Adios, muchacho.
Best of luck, man. Well, with that being said, that will put Week 8 predictions in the books. Louis, good luck to you, sir.
Good luck
Everybody-
to you.
Yeah, everybody out there, good luck to you.
Good luck.
Those with legs, good luck to you.
Break a leg. I mean,
Ooh, too soon for some people with legs. You know, watch out for those knees.
that's offensive.
Oh my God, sell all the stock. Do it now.
It stunk.
Do it all. Ah! Otherwise, guys, that'll wrap it up. Good luck out there, and as always,
Go sports.